We refer to ourselves as Team Kid, and our theory of change is the framework that keeps kids at the center of everything we do. As we explore the digital library today, consider how its tools and resources connect to the 4 Ps. Purpose. How might we best collaborate to accelerate Common Core learning to benefit all students? Pathways. How might we identify and utilize different pathways to ensure each learner is successful, no matter what route they take to get there? Personalization. How might we personalize learning for unique learner needs? This includes, but is not limited to, our students with disabilities, our English learners and standard English learners, and our gifted students. Preparedness. How do we ensure all kids graduate A through G prepared, as well as college and career ready? Before we zoom into the digital library, we wanted to take a moment to review the Smarter Balance System components.
The Smarter Balance System is comprised of 3 essential components: the summative assessment, the interim assessments, and the digital library. These 3 components are designed so that students move from standards to college and career readiness. In this video, our focus will be the digital library. The summative assessment, interim assessments, and the digital library are part of a comprehensive cycle of monitoring student progress. This cycle incorporates things like teacher questioning, exit tickets, and checks for understanding that a teacher does on a daily or weekly basis in the classroom. As you navigate the digital library, you will find resources and tools that support this formative assessment process.
The digital library is an online collection of lessons that incorporate the formative assessment process. The digital library also includes a collection of professional learning resources that support learning about and using the formative assessment process. Finally, the resources in the digital library have been contributed by educators and vetted by educators. Please note that the resources within the digital library are high-quality resources that address the varied needs of all learners with 21st century skills.
Let's consider the definition of formative assessment, given that it plays such an integral role in the digital library. Formative assessment is a deliberate process used by teachers and students during instruction that provides actionable feedback that is used to adjust ongoing teaching and learning strategies to improve students' attainment of curricular learning targets and goals. All of the resources found in the digital library must have or support at least one of the attributes of the formative assessment process shown here. Clarifying intended learning. This attribute covers learning goals and success criteria. An example of a resource within this attribute would be one that helped teachers or students to create friendly language for the skills the students are expected to learn and demonstrate. Eliciting evidence. This attribute covers the process by which the teacher designs what the students will be doing in order to surface the students' knowledge and skills. Crafting a question for an exit ticket that will inform the teacher about individual student learning would be an example of this attribute. Interpreting evidence. This attribute covers the process by which the teacher reflects on each student's learning and progress toward the intended learning. Acting on evidence. This attribute covers the next steps the teacher will take in light of what the students have and have not learned. At this point, the learning goal, or the intended learning, might be differentiated for students, and the process begins again.
Now let's go live. Here you find the CAS homepage. Click on the Smarter Balance Digital Library button. Enter your username, which is your LAUSD complete email address, and then enter your password. If you do not have access, check with your school site testing coordinator for access. Once logged in, you will see the digital library homepage. You will always see a featured resources on the homepage, meaning these are the most recent added resources to the digital library. Below the resources are 4 buttons that allow you to choose each featured resource. At the top of the homepage, there are 4 filters beneath the title. What resources are you looking for? These filters are drop-down menus that allow you to select for the formative assessment attribute, the subject, the grade, or the Common Core standard. Here, we have an additional opportunity for more focused search for the resources.
Let's consider an example. Let's say you are a 6th grade teacher in need of an engaging lesson on ratios and proportions. We are going to set the filter for formative assessment attribute elicit evidence because you want to see what learning your students produce. Decide which standard you are planning to teach. choose your subject area. Then your grade level. In this case, let's choose 6.RP.A.3. Use ratio and rate reasoning to solve real-world mathematical problems. You can also choose a math practice standard in the filter. Let's select MP1 so that we end up with a resource in which students persevere. Click Add Selections. This search populated 13 resources. Let's look at one. Once you select a resource, scroll down to see the summary page of this resource. On the left panel, you will see subject and domain, Common Core state standards addressed, grades, intended end users, media types, educational use technologies required, and license for primary material. Scroll back up to either view the materials for this resource or download the resource. Also know that if you would like to see this resource later, click the Add to Favorites button. The Related Resource tab keeps you on the same search and allows you to view another resource given the same filters. The Back button clears your filters and allows you to start a new search. Now the question is, what resources do you need? Start a search of your own.
Thanks for taking time to explore the digital library. As you can see, there are myriad resources to provide access and accomplishment for all learners. On a closing note, thanks for all you do to support our students in Local District East and for being part of Team Kid.
It's start formatted, buy it, use it, break it, fix it, trash it, change it, mail, upgrade it, chart it, point it, zoom it, press it, snap it, work it, quick erase it, write it, cut it, paste it, save it, load it, check it, quick rewrite it, plug it, play it, burn it, rip it, drag it, drop it, zip and zip it, lock it, fill it, call it, find it, view it, code it, jump and lock it, surf it, scroll it, pose it, click it, cross it, crack it, switch, update it, name it, read it, tune it, print it, scan it, send it, fax, rename